I'm sorry, I can't do words. Oh, my mic isn't connected. My earring fell off. Did I tell you to go off of my ear? No, but did you do it anyway? Yes, I think that is rude, quite frankly. Hey, hi, hello, welcome. My name's Christina. This is my channel, Christina's Chapters. And today we're going to do a very light May TBR. So at the time that I'm filming this, it's May 17th. And this is a little ambitious, knowing that I only have like 2 weeks to actually finish all of these. But I will get to the point of why I'm feeling ambitious this month, okay? On my Goodreads, as of the beginning of May, I had about 6 books on there that I'll actually go into that I just did not finish. In April, I was going through a slump. It was a lot, okay? And I want to at least catch up to everything that I'm currently reading on Goodreads. That's the plan, okay? So every single book that's on my Goodreads current reads are going to be on this list, but I'll get into them a little bit more going into the video. Now, this is a little bit of a different angle. We are on the floor. I just didn't want to stand. And my arm hurts, so I'm sorry if I keep bitching. I got my vaccine yesterday, and my arm is sore. My arm is so sore. Okay, so it is May 17th, so I am going to start with the books that I have read already that were on my May TBR because they were on my current reads. So let's dive into those first. Also, I'll put another disclaimer here like I always do. I don't know synopses, and even though I've read these books, I'm still not very good at giving a synopsis. So please just check them out on Goodreads. I'm gonna hate myself for this, but all the links will be in the bio. I'll put every single link to every single book in the bio. Please go to Goodreads and read the Goodreads synopses. I'm not good at giving synopses. I'm not good at telling people what books are about. I just like to read them and enjoy the story, okay? So I'm sorry if that offends anyone. The first book on my May TBR is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. I did read this book already, and I enjoyed it very much. This book is about a girl named Grace Porter. She is currently 28 years old, and she just graduated with her PhD in astronomy. She is very much a perfectionist. She's definitely somebody who always knows where her next step is. And she is currently at a little bit of a stopping point. She is now graduating and she's 28. And she's kind of trying to figure out what she's going to do with her life because something ends up not going according to plan. So for her graduation present, she is gifted a Las Vegas trip with some of her girlfriends. And while in Vegas, she gets very drunk and marries a female named Yuki. So she married Yuki while very, very intoxicated. And the next morning, Yuki's gone. Yuki is nowhere to be found. So as Grace comes to figure out everything that's going on, she decides that she's actually going to get to know her wife, Yuki. This follows Grace and her adventure in New York, her trying to figure out her life. This is not a romance. I'm going to put that into a huge disclaimer. It's not a romance. This is a coming of age story, which I very much enjoyed the coming of age part. I did go into this thinking it was a romance. I think that's why, excuse me. I think that is why this kind of threw me off. I was expecting a romance. This is not a romance. Please do not expect this to be a romance. You do follow her going to Yuki, but you kind of follow her figuring herself out, which I loved. And I really hope I did an okay job explaining that. I'm very sorry, but it's a great coming of age story. Definitely recommend. I did read this already, but I'll talk more about that if I decide to do a recent reads wrap up type of thing, okay? And the next book that's also on this TBR that I have already read is Sweet and Bitter Magic by Adrienne Tooley. You will see my thoughts on both of these videos in a vlog that's coming soon. I did literally just wrap up finishing the vlog. I did finish this. I loved this book very much. So this book is going to be a little more difficult for me to try to tell you what this is about. So you are following 2 females. One is named Ren and the other one is named Tamsin. This is a witchy book, so that's all. My mic isn't connected. My freaking mic wasn't connected. I'm not starting over. Okay, we're just gonna continue because I'm not refilming the first 5 minutes of this video. Sorry. Okay. Sweet and Bitter Magic follows two females, one by the name of Ren and the other one by the name of Tamsin. Tamsin is a witch that has been banished for using dark magic, and Ren is... she's not a witch. And you also follow Ren. Honestly, can I just read in here? I'm going to read the inner part of the sleeve because, honestly, I don't want to give you guys spoilers because I literally just finished this. Okay, it tells you Ren's source. Great. I'm just going to read this, okay? Bear with me. Tamsin is the most powerful witch of her generation, but after committing the worst magical sin, she's exiled by the ruling coven and cursed with the inability to love. The only way she can get those feelings back, even for just a little while, is to steal love from others. Ren is a source, a rare kind of person who is made of magic despite being unable to use it herself. Sources are required to train with the coven as soon as they discover their abilities, but Ren, the only caretaker to her ailing father, has spent her life hiding her secret. When a magical plague ravages the queendom, Ren's father falls victim. To save him, Ren proposes a bargain. If Tamsin will help her catch the dark witch responsible for creating the plague, then Ren will give Tamsin her love for her father. Of course, love bargains are a tricky thing, and these two have a long, perilous journey ahead of them, that is, if they don't kill each other first. So yes, you do end up following both Tamsin and Ren. This is from both of their perspectives, which I very much enjoyed. I love multiple POVs. Makes me happy. So you do follow them going on an adventure together to the Witchlands, trying to find the dark witch who is responsible for this plague that is ailing Ren's father. It's really, really interesting. Extremely exciting. Loved that book. Definitely recommend. So now, here's what I'm planning on doing. I am going to reward myself with, if I'm able to finish all of my current reads currently that I have on Goodreads, I am going to reward myself with some book buying in the beginning of June. I just truly, my only motivation is to get through my current reads. But there's one exception. The exception book is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. Now, I did start this book already, and it's currently on my Goodreads. Current reads, I'm about 60 pages in, but while reading this, I actually ended up coming up with an idea for a secret reading vlog. So I'm gonna keep this on the back burner until I end up starting that vlog, which I hope to film within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So keep an eye out for that. It is going to be a secret TBR vlog, which I'm very excited. I've never filmed one of those before, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So this book, I really don't know anything about still. I'm only a little bit further into the book. Oh, I forgot. This is also a gift. Oh, I didn't say that for this either. Both of these were gifts from Jan. This one was gifted to me by Jan, just because she loves me. And she gifted this to me. And then Jan actually also gifted this beautiful book to me for launching my YouTube channel. So thank you so much, Jan. I'm so excited to film this and film myself reading this and read this. Is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. I was actually also talking to Hannah, and even Hannah said that she absolutely loved this book. So I'm excited. This is a middle grade book. So from this book, what I can remember is the townspeople, I believe, sacrifice a baby every single year to the witch who lives in the woods. Now, or the forest, one of them. But the witch herself is actually very, very kind-hearted, and she actually cares for these children very much so. And what she does with these children that have been sacrificed to the witch is she actually feeds them starlight and finds them very loving homes and families. But one day, this little girl right here, I believe, is sacrificed, and the witch, Zan, accidentally gives her moonlight. And I believe the witch ends up raising her herself, and I believe she names her Luna. And that's all I know about this book. I'm sorry if that's very, very brief, but that's all I know about this book from reading the first 50 or so pages, as well as kind of just other types of knowledge. So excited for this book. Please keep an eye out for the reading vlog for this and many other books coming soon. That is going to be a secret TBR that should be coming out around June. That's the plan. Okay. Now, the other book that I plan on picking up that is also on my current reads that I did start in the beginning of April. That book is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. I was very much enjoying this book, but I will say that the pacing and the world building was making me feel a little slumpy. I was enjoying very much a lot of this book, but it was kind of moving a little slower than I would have liked. And I didn't get that far in, so I really didn't give it that much of a chance. I got about 130 pages in. But while reading this book, I started to feel slumpy, and I didn't really want to get into a reading slump, and then I got into one anyway. But I was very much enjoying this. I still do want to see where the story goes. I've heard very many things about this book. I've heard very mixed things about this book. I don't really have any opinions on it just yet, but I did enjoy the parts that I did read. I just want to give it another chance. So I am going to give this book another chance. I can't really tell you what this book's about, if I'm being honest with you. Even though I got 130 pages in, it was mostly world building that I read, and I think that's why I was feeling so slumpy. It was a lot of world building, a lot of info dumps, which obviously you need for world building, so that's perfectly fine. I'm going to leave the synopsis down below. I don't know necessarily what this book's about. I don't want to know. All I know is I believe it involves a conversion of, hold on, a god will return when the earth and sky converge under the black sun. That's all I know going into this book. I didn't want to know anything about this book, but the names in here are very hard to pronounce. That's definitely that. But I do have the audiobook to this, so hopefully I get to this soon. I'm going to give it another chance, and if I get 50% of the way through and I'm still not really feeling it, I'll just go ahead and DNF it from there. Alright, next is actually a book I'm very, very excited about. I cannot wait to pick this up. This is actually, I think, going to be my next read, and that is The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss. I cannot wait for this book. I got literally probably a little bit more than halfway through this book, and I will tell you the honest reason that I stopped this book. It's because I was listening to this book on Scribd, and the audiobook is superb, and I want to continue reading alongside the audiobook. But Scribd lost my place and started out from the beginning, and I'm in the middle of a chapter. Like, the middle of a chapter, and these chapters aren't short, okay? So, I have to re-figure out where I am, and I have to do that whole thing. But I'm very excited about this book. Cannot wait. I cannot describe to you the plot of this book. What I know is, okay, obviously I know a lot because I did get halfway through, but you follow Mary Jekyll, who I believe, you follow Mary Jekyll, who's on the hunt to find Mr. Hyde, who she believes is responsible for her father's death. There are a lot of mythical people in this book. You follow Dr. Frankenstein's daughter's in here, I believe. You follow Sherlock Holmes is also in here. Mr. Hyde's daughter's also a part of this. Like, it's a whole bunch of people that I think I'm going to absolutely love. I'm very excited to continue this book. I was loving this book in the first place, so yeah, that's that. I'm sorry, I'm very bad with synopses, but I just can't be bothered to think of them right now. So yeah. Okay, so this next book I did not get into very far into the book, but this is a library book, so there's no bookmark in here because I just re-requested it from my library so I could actually finish it. This is a book I have not been able to actually get out of my head since I started it, and I had to return it to the library before my vacation in Mexico. And I have not been able to stop thinking about this book. So I really want to finish this book. That book is My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. I enjoyed the first 50 pages of this book. I am going to be reading this book for the most part physically. I don't have the audiobook for it via Libby or Hoopla or even Scribd. So I am going to be reading this physically, so it is going to take me some time to read this book. But I'm enjoying it. I did not know dumb squat going into this book, so I'm not going to tell you anything. I didn't know anything going into the book, and I think that's actually very fun. I loved diving into this completely blind. So I will let you know that this is a thriller. That's all I know. Once again, synopses will be down below. Check out all my links. They will all be down below. I promise you. Okay, so the next book is actually also a library book. Now, this is not on my current reads. The next 2 books are not actually on my current reads. So these are just kind of extras, but these 2 are books that I have to get to anyway, so I'm going to include this. So this first book is a book that I actually borrowed from my library, and I have to read it within like the next 2 or 3 weeks anyway, so I might as well read it because I'm excited for it. And that book is Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab. This is the sequel to City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, which I very much loved and adored, and I cannot wait to pick this up. Now, don't judge me. I know I own, what, 6? 1? Yes, I do know I own 6 V.E. Schwab books, and I have been actually reading borrowed library books by Victoria Schwab and not the ones I've physically spent my money on. Please don't judge me. These will get read, I promise you, and they will be their own reading vlog, so stay tuned for that content. I promise you it will come. Now, this is a sequel. This is the second book in a series for this series. And I'm not going to really tell you what this is about just because it's going to give spoilers. But I will include both the Goodreads links to this and City of Ghosts. That way you can go ahead and check City of Ghosts out. And that'll be a lot of fun. I don't want to tell you guys what this book's about. And quite frankly, I know I cannot give a synopsis as to what City of Ghosts is about. So check out all the links in my description. Please don't judge me. I am so sorry, okay? I'm just trying to figure this out, and even when I do figure it out, I probably won't be able to give you a synopsis because every
time people ask me what a book is about, I can't tell them. Even though I've read it, or currently reading it, it's hard for me to describe things, so I'm sorry, okay?
And this next book is going to be a reread that I'm so excited about, and I'm going to annotate the heck out of. And that book is The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. Now, I'll be reading this for Jan's live show that I will be a part of. So I'm going to actually put Jan's announcement video that she announced her book club with down below. And the live show will be on the 27th of May. Jan has a new book club that she just started. It's called the New Moon Book Club. And she will be having live shows every single month for a new book on the new moon. So that's exciting. So I am reading this I'm going to be rereading this for Jan's book club for this month. I am going to be her guest this month. I'm very, very happy and honored that she chose me to be her first guest. So I'm excited. And I adored this book the first time, so I cannot wait to dive back into this book and talk about it with Jan and everyone else that will be on that live show. Alright, so that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is my May TBR. Hopefully I can actually read all of those. Hopefully. It just took me a whole half an hour to film this, so that was fun. There's not even that many books on here. But I do hope to finish most of these. I probably won't be able to finish all of them, but I do want to read all of them with the exception of The Girl Who Drank the Moon, which I'll probably end up picking up in June, which is fine. But I cannot wait to get to all of these books. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Christina. This is my channel, Christina'sChapters. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in a video coming soon. Bye.